candy beetroot. Now, what's the story behind them?
It's a new product, but then it's an old product. It is beetroot. It's not some Frankenstein engineering. It's the roots of it go back to, I think it's what they call a chioggia type beet, and it formerly comes from Italy, and it's through natural selection that it's turned up. But it looks like a beet from the outside, albeit a light pinker, not the dark colour. But when you slice it in half, you got the rings in there of the pink and the white, and it looks quite different to your normal, very dark coloured beetroot. And one of the other attributes that it doesn't share with the normal dark coloured beetroot is the dark stuff. You get a lot of staining, and it gets all over your hands and all over everything in the kitchen. And if you try and cook it with something else, it's all over that as well, and everything comes out a nice purple colour. But with the candy beet, there's no colour messes up with anything else, but they still taste very similar. Like if you put a blindfold on and try one and then the other, it's like, yeah, they're pretty similar. So they look poles apart, but they're not. They grow the same, they eat the same. Cooking wise, I mean, my favourite way to eat beetroot is roasted, because I'm a bit lazy and you just throw it in the roasting dish with everything else and voila, they're cooked. But the normal beet take quite a while to cook. They usually take half as long again as your potatoes and your pumpkins and all the other goodies you got in there. But the candy beet cook in the same time, and they're delicious. Really, really nice.
So how are you introducing candy beet to the New Zealand population?
We can't really just put it on the shelf because no one sees it as a loose product, so that's why we've gone as a packaged product, so we can highlight the colour of what it looks like inside. So we're trying to get it out there so people see something that's different, and it's been talked about a bit in some of the foodie magazines, and it's just starting slowly, and it's something that's, I don't think it's ever going to take the world, but it's just another product that's out there. And it's like a lot of the vegetables, you go back 15 years, spuds, swedes, carrots, pumpkins, cabbage was about your winter vegetable lineup, parsnips, a few other things. You go in there now, there's a heap of stuff, and within each category things are getting more diversified. Tomatoes, you don't just buy a tomato anymore. There's a range of tomatoes you buy now, and it's like potatoes. You don't just have your Ilam Hardys and your Ruas. Now that there's a whole range of potatoes going on, and I think largely it's driven by people wanting to be a bit experimental, people appreciating the differences between the product. Like if you enjoy your food, and you're conscious about what you're eating, you'll pick up the taste differences and the visual appearances. And I think people are more wanting to replicate what's going on at the restaurants. So the restaurants set a good standard, and a lot of the chefs and food writers of what can be done, and they're really good experiences. And I think people are wanting to recreate and be a bit adventurous at home.
And we do eat with our eyes, don't we?
Oh, we do. You go into some of the stores and they've got these purple carrots now. They look terrible looking things, but hey, I bet they probably taste quite nice, and they're another colour on the plate. It's all about presentation.
So you as a grower, you had to go and get the seed and then learn how to grow them? Yes,
well, we just started out very small, got the seed. The seed quality was pretty bad to start with, so it was a bit hit and miss with plant populations and things, but it was just about growing a few beside our ones we're already growing.
There's another whole lot of spuds that are about to come out of the ground, Robin.
Yep, actually they're heading down to dig beetroot right now, actually. They're going right down to dig a wee bit of candy beet just now, so it's right hot on the topic.
Is it easy to grow?
Beetroot's easy to grow, but dealing with the weeds is a bit tricky. So some crops are easier and harder to grow than others. Difficult to manage the weeds, very difficult to manage the weeds with beetroot. But the candy beet's no more difficult to grow than the normal beetroot.
And where have you got it so that people who want to have a go at the candy beet can lay their hands on some?
Yeah, if you get to your local New World, definitely you should expect to find them in there. That's mainly where they are currently, yes.
After the break, it's winter racing in amongst all the heavy soils and tracks, and also we'll be talking about selling of stock.